Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Rather. I'm joined by Miniature Mouse.
Hi there.
Emmy-nominated
Thank you.
Miniature Mouse.
I would like the full title.
As you deserve. Just quickly, I want to say thanks to all the people that have been so unbelievably lovely to us in response to Day 7.
I hope you felt loved and supported and that your fears were abated.
My fears were the opposite of what the result was.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah, struggling with some fraudulent feelings of receiving love based on a fuck up. But at any rate, I am really, really grateful. And there's so many beautiful, nice people.
So many.
Yeah. One of those nice people is Sofia Coppola.
That's right.
Oh, I got to add one more thing. I was not high when I shaved my head. That was day 2.
Are people asking
Yeah,
that?
a lot of people have said, I could see you were high as a kite. I actually was not. I was having a metamorphosis transitional. I wanted to make a physical statement that I'm shedding something.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Sofia Coppola. Sofia Coppola is an Academy Award and Golden Globe Award winning screenwriter, director, producer, and actress. Her credits include Lost in Translation, one of my top 10 movies of all time, Marie Antoinette, The Virgin Suicides, The Bling Ring, Somewhere, and she has a new movie that she's written, produced, and directed called On the Rocks with Rashida Jones and the incomparable Bill Murray.
Your favorite.
It comes out October 2nd, followed by digital streaming on October 23rd on Apple TV+. I am going to watch it, and so should you. Enjoy Sofia Coppola. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
It's exciting to see what you look like, Monica, and to see you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, have you heard the program?
Yes, one of my closest friends, Hannah, is obsessed with your show. And it's like, you have to be on an Armchair Expert. And she's the one that told me about it. I've listened to a few.
Oh.
That's so flattering.
And you've gotten her through quarantine, and she loves you so much.
Oh my God.
I was like, I have to be on Dax's show. And then they're like, you're going to be on it. I was like, oh, no, I have to really do it. So.
We've accidentally, I think, kind of carved out a space where it could elicit the same fear that people used to have over doing like Barbara Walters, where it's like, oh, fuck, she's going to make me cry. I know it. That's what she does.
Yeah, Rashida said, oh, he likes to get psychological. So.
Oops.
Have you ever heard this term Bader-Meinhof frequency illusion? Have you ever heard that term?
Yes, but I don't know what that is.
In short, it's like you buy a Volkswagen Bug. And then you're driving around LA and all of a sudden you start noticing they're everywhere. And you're like, oh my God, I thought I was buying this unique car and everyone drives a green Volkswagen Bug. And that's an illusion, right? It was always the same amount of bugs. We're obsessed with it. We always point it out. So we had literally just ordered Domino's. And then we like put the computer down and then we literally read that your name at one point was Domino. And we were like, oh my God, Bader-Meinhof.
Yeah, we got very excited.
You gave us a really exciting Bader-Meinhof.
That was so funny. It's all roads lead back. Oh my God, you really do your research. I was talking to Rob saying, God, it's so much work to have to research everyone as in depth as it seems like you guys do.
It's not terrible, no. We have experts on every Thursday and they're like scientists.
Oh yeah. I loved Wendy Mogul. I learned about from your show.
We love her.
Yeah, and then I got her book and then I got to do a Zoom with her. The good thing about quarantine is people are accessible and you can talk to experts. So it was really cool. She was like Yoda.
Oh, yeah. She'll totally jujitsu you. So you come at her like, oh, you got it all figured out. And she's like, yes. And then look at this. You're on your back and you were completely wrong. And now you see it. Love her, love her, love her. Where are you at, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh, I'm in Napa Valley where I grew up in Northern California.
Oh, I was excited to learn that you lived in Paris for a bit. How long did you live there?
Yeah, I lived there for a few years after I did Marie Antoinette. I had my first daughter there and took the first couple years there. Yeah, in, I don't even know, 2005 for a couple of years.
And do you speak French?
No, sadly. I tried to learn and then I just gave up. But after you spend enough time there, you start to understand it, but I'm shy about speaking.
Yeah.
But my husband is French.
Oh, so does he ever communicate with your children and you're like, oh, cool, guys, I'd love to know what's going on.
I can kind of follow it, but no, I'm just so proud that they understand French that I'm glad. And I have two daughters, so I hope that they can have like a secret language against me. I like motivate them to speak French.
I couldn't agree with you more. We have two daughters as well. And I've been telling my wife, like from the second number 2 arrived, I'm like, can't wait till they start plotting against us. Like I'm almost like listening at their door to when they're going to start plotting against us. And it's been happening for about a year and it makes me so happy.
Oh, it's really cute when they do. Yes.
You had siblings growing up?
Yeah, I have a brother, Roman, and we work together. And yeah, we're really close.
I had that bond with my brother against everyone else in the world. And it's like the most safe feeling ever.
I know. Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, we always went on location with my parents. So I think we're extra close because we didn't always have like the neighborhood kids and stuff.
Okay, so before I start asking you a bunch of questions, I'd like to know what your appetite is for them because I never want to be asking somebody about something they hate talking about. So of course I have deep curiosity about your childhood. I just introduced Monica about 6 months ago to Hearts of Darkness.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah.
What a documentary.
It's a great film.
It's insane.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Yeah, no, I don't mind talking about any of that. I'm so glad that my mom filmed that. I think it's such a great document of just creativity. And yeah, no, I love that we have that. And I have memories. I was there from 4 to 6. So I definitely have memories. I think I was the only one having fun in the Philippines.
I was one time directing a movie with a ton of explosions. And so my daughter loves explosions. So she'd show up every day. We had tons of explosions. And I just remember like as a 3-year-old, I'd hear her in the other room yell, fire in the hole. And I was like, oh my God, this is so great.
Yes, I have memories like that from the Philippines.
And then the thing I thought was particularly cool or inspirational to hear your father, who is without question in the pantheon of the very best directors to ever live, hear him say repeatedly, I don't know what the fuck I'm making. I'm so scared. I don't know what I'm doing is so helpful.
I know. I love that about it. And I think when you make anything, it's always scary to show it. Anybody that's like, I nailed it, I don't trust them. So I think all creative people are full of self-doubt. And it's comforting to hear from someone that's so brilliant and revered that even he has those doubts. And I remember even him telling me that the first day on set, he always feels like he doesn't know what he's doing and people are going to look at him like, does he know what he's doing? And like, it's so comforting and reassuring to me to know that even he has those insecurities. So when I go on set, like this is normal, that everybody feels that way. And it helps a lot to know that.
Yeah, because the fear level for me is like, it's a very complicated job, right? And until you've done it, you don't really, I think even as an actor, you're not really getting what's going on, but you have all these different roles in the process, be them creative and everything else. But at the end of the day, it is a dictatorship and you are the military general and you must instill confidence in these people so they don't feel like they're wasting their time. So you're juggling that with also wanting to be vulnerable and ask for help and admit you're scared and all those things. So it's a very tricky place to be able to do that. And I think it shows insane confidence to be vulnerable in the moment you're supposed to be like total conviction about everything.
I think hopefully you're prepared and you go into it knowing what you're doing. But I love the collaborative part of it that you get to ask your art director, I don't know, what do you think? And then really think about it. And there's all these people there working with you. You're not alone, but as long as you go into it with a plan in mind, I think you figure it out as you go.
Yeah. And again, I think the more confident you are, the easier it is for you to open up the discussion where you're like, well, ultimately I will make this decision. So I don't need to be terrified that I'm going to lose my autonomy by taking on this information.
Yeah. I think if you're confident enough, you're open to other people's ideas and then it's fun and collaborative.
Yeah. Now, as a filmmaker, did you just absorb, like I've already noticed, well, I have many questions. I'm going to have some selfish ones about how not to fuck up my daughters. But that's forthcoming.
I'll try.
But you must have been absorbing, I think even like our 5 and 7-year-olds, it's like the amount of lexicon they know about movie making is already way more than I knew at 20 years old, just because how could they not have picked that up? They're on sets all the time and everything. So do you think you had a pretty good awareness of the process, or did you enter it with fear and confusion and all those things?
We spent our whole childhood on set. It was always fun to go to set. And my dad always liked having the kids there and everyone he worked with were like family. So I felt always comfortable on set. And I spent a lot of time. And later reading the Malcolm Gladwell about 10,000 hours, I was like, oh yeah, I got my 10,000 hours. Like, I think that's so true and so important. And I didn't think I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to do something different for my family, of course. And then in my 20s, I was trying different things. And I did a short film. And I was like, oh, wow, I just know how to do everything. And it felt really natural and comfortable. And so I realized that I was learning my whole life. And then it made sense when I tried to do it in a kind of mysterious way.
Yeah. And so I know you were into fashion. I know that you've had all these different passions and they've come together beautifully in the stuff you've done. But I do wonder if you could even put a percentage on it, like how much of it was like general interest and how much of it was like, I got to get in a completely different lane because I have to.
Well, as a little kid, I always really loved fashion. It was just something I was into. And at the time, it wasn't in our culture the way it is now. So it was sort of unusual. And so my parents really encouraged it. And I did an internship at Chanel when I was a teenager because my parents had a friend that worked with them. And they just really encouraged that. So that was something I always was really into, but I could never kind of land my plane on one thing because I liked so many different things. I liked photography and I liked music. And so when I did my short film, I felt like, oh, wow, this is something where it combines all the things I'm into because I never had the patience to become an expert on one thing. I was always annoyed that I was kind of a dilettante, like I couldn't be great at one thing, but I had these interests. So I felt like when I did film that you get to work with all the experts. I get to work with a cinematographer and I get to work with musicians and all the things I enjoy, but I don't know enough to do just that. So it kind of all came together in a way that I could express my ideas. Yeah.
Were you not a great finisher for a while? Like, were you a good starter of things and not a great finisher of things early on?
Well, if I say I'm going to do something, I have to do it. I hate when people say they're doing things that don't do it. So if I say I'm going to do it, I finish it. Yeah. My dad gave us a really strong work ethic. He's a really hard worker, and it probably came from his immigrant family.
One of my favorite parts of Hearts of Darkness is the movie's put on hold, right? There was a tsunami or whatever, and they shut down things. And I mean, it's as bad as it gets, I'm sure, for your father and your mother at that point, pressure-wise, right? Like there's going to be more money needed and all this stuff. Yeah. And then we cut to this insane party at your family home that looks like something out of a Fitzgerald novel where it's like everyone's dressed sexy and you're at a vineyard. And of course, I already know the answer to this, which is just like your childhood's your childhood and whatever it is like baseline normal. But did you have any awareness at all when you were a child in that environment going like, this is spectacular, or this is abnormal, or this is, oh, there's Jack Nicholson? Were you aware of any of that?
I mean, I guess that was just normal to us, but I remember now looking back that it was very kind of magical, and like Bill Graham jumped out of the plane at my dad's 40th birthday in that kind of setting you're describing. And my dad always made things really, really fun. And he had like a camp out party for his 40th birthday where like hundreds of his friends were all camping. So I just think he did everything in a really big way, but it just seemed really fun and magical. And we went on a helicopter and landed in the parking lot at Disneyland, and the security came out and be like, you can't land a helicopter here. And like, so that's just like how he did things. And so to me, I grew up with that being normal and fun.
You cannot land a helicopter in the parking lot. I'm very sorry to inform you. Oh, that's really great. Okay. Now, when did you start thinking of yourself identity-wise as like, I'm a filmmaker, this is what I'm going to do?
In my 20s, I went to Cal Arts. I wanted to be a painter. I knew I wanted to be an artist of some sort, and I started a little t-shirt company with friends. I remember someone in their 60s telling me that they never liked what their career was, and I thought, oh, I don't want to be like that. I want to try everything and make sure I do what I love. So I was trying everything, and then I made the short film, and then when I read the book of the Virgin Suicides, I loved the book so much, and I heard that someone was making a movie, and I was like, I hope they don't ruin this book.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'd like to learn how to adapt a book into a screenplay, so I'll just try making a few chapters and see how it goes. And then I started doing that just as an experiment. And then I couldn't stop, and I wrote a whole script. And I was so attached to it. I met the producers and I said, if anything falls through with the director, will you consider mine? And somehow they took a chance on me when I did it. But it was really out of wanting to protect that book. And I heard a guy was doing it and making it really dark and violent. And I was like, no, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like this. So it was really out of the love of that book that I wanted to make it into a film. And then I guess I was hooked and got into it. But I wasn't planning really on being a director. And I was fighting it because it's so obvious in my family. I wanted to do something different. But yeah.
But again, it is a very interesting dynamic. Most people, conventionally in the US, the pattern has been most children exceed whatever the parents did. So this is like this kind of expected, oh, good, they did this, and I'm going to have a little leg up, and I'm going to go to college, they didn't, this is going to happen. Again, you know, when your father directs a movie that's tied as the best movie ever made in the history, it's every single person agrees. It's like you know, for you to step above that would be you gotta beat Citizen Kane somehow. And I'm so glad that you never felt the brunt of that, I guess, because some of your movies are some of my favorite I've ever seen, and I'm glad that you didn't feel oppressed by that or competitive.
No, I mean, I would never think that I could do anything in the realm of what he does, but I felt a little freedom because usually children of celebrities or revered people are a lot of times they're kind of losers or are fucked up. And so I felt like there's a low bar for like the kids of people, you know, in a way I sort of felt free, like.
That's true. You know? If you stay out of rehab, like for more than 2 years straight, you're killing it.
Pretty good.
But it's not the kid's fault. I think about my own children. I'm like, okay, well, I grew up on a dirt road in Michigan. And so everything was an upgrade in my mind. It was like, oh, if I lived in Florida, it'd be warm all year. That's exciting. There's an ocean there. Oh, if I went to New York City, that's that. And then the ultimate would be California. And then I came here and I'm here. And then my children have a swimming pool in their backyard. Well, we didn't have that. In fact, that's why you work to get one. So I'm kind of like, where the fuck are my kids even going to want to move? They're already here. What thing do they want? You know, it is. It's a very different way of parenting than, say, my mother had to deal with.
Yeah, I never thought about like trying to top your upbringing because I guess that would just be too daunting. Yeah. I felt like living in Paris. I mean, I knew about it because my family traveled a lot and we spent time there, but that felt like something different and getting away from my upbringing and home and, you know, living in a different country and stuff. And also like about doing film, I never thought I could dare to do. I mean, you see Apocalypse Now, like I would never dare to ever try to do anything in his realm, but because I was doing my own thing and I felt like there weren't a lot of movies talking about teenage girls or female point of view. And I felt like, oh, that's something that I'm not seeing out there in a way that I relate to. So I felt like I'm making this, which is my thing. And it didn't have to be bigger, but it, you know, it felt different enough. Or I wouldn't try to make like gangster movies, you know?
Yeah. Well, don't rule it out. There could be a female gangster story that pops up that might be intriguing. Back to Paris for 1 second, because I have this thought when I'm there. I've not been a bunch of times to Paris, maybe 5 times, but a friend of mine has an apartment there. And right before we had our first child, I asked my wife, like, can I just have a week, like last time on Earth, where I don't have a kid and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go see my buddy. Yeah, totally. So I went and, you know, it was winter and we had a snowball fight in front of the Cafe de Flora. And I was like, oh, I'm living in a movie, right?
Yeah.
I even had the thought, like, it'd be a shame if I moved here and that this place got filed into white noise the way the rest of wherever you live gets filed into white noise. Like, is there a risk in moving there where it's no longer Paris?
No, I never felt like that. You walk over a bridge and you're like, I can't believe Paris. And I have a friend who's American that's lived there for like 20 years, and he's still like, it's so beautiful out today. I walked through Paris. So I can't imagine that happening. And we have our place is around the corner from Cafe Flore. I've been there a million times, but every time it's like, we're at Cafe Flore and you're looking at Parisians. I'd never get jaded of it. I think it's just such a magical place.
Oh, on that trip, I was seeing Bradley Cooper. He goes, hey, I got to do this talk show appearance. Do you want to come with me? And I go, yeah, I'll tag along. Let's go do that. And we get there. And I'm expecting like a translator, and maybe it's like a Charlie Rose situation where it's going to be a serious thing. Oh no, this is a fucking late night comedy show. And Cooper starts like, and he's got that, and people are laughing. And I'm like, not only does he speak it, he's making jokes in their landing. I was like watching him fly. I was like, I didn't know you could fly.
How does he speak French so well? Does he have a French parent?
No, he got interested in it in high school, and he is a savant that can learn things. Like I was just saying to him the other day, I mean, he never sang. I've known him for 15 years. He's never sang. And then I see Stars Born. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, sure, you sing. I said, if you flew over my house in an airplane, I'd be like, yeah, I guess he learned that this weekend. Some people have that aptitude.
Yeah, not me.
Okay, now let's talk about Lost in Translation, because I think that's such an amazing movie. It's so incredible in so many ways because it's paradigm shattering. It's not as linear or conventional, or there's all these different things. I'm sure like a screenwriting professor would have been like, I don't know, this is your device to get, but there's so much magic in that movie. And I'm just curious because I've acted in enough stuff that sometimes you're in the presence of magic and you can feel it and it's so special. And I just wonder if you were feeling it real time or it was something in retrospect.
Oh, that's a good question. I remember it was just a magical experience. We were in Tokyo and Bill Murray showed up. I didn't even know if he was going to show up, but I wrote it for him. And I was like, I'm not making this without him because it wouldn't work without him. And I got the financing all like on this whim that he might show up, and we didn't have a contract or anything. So when Bill showed up, I was just like, oh my God, like, thank God. And we shot it in, I don't know, like 27 days or something like really tight. And we were shooting all at night because we had to stay out of the way of the hotel. So we were all kind of delirious.
Yeah.
And I just remember we were all half awake and to be there with Bill and Scarlett in Tokyo was just, so it felt like the movie that you're kind of like in that neon dream atmosphere.
And had you ever met him prior to working with him?
I met him once. Before. I spent like a year trying to track him down. And then my friend Mitch Glazer, who's a writer, is friends with him. And I was like, will you look at my script and let me know what you think? And do you think he would ever be open to it? And I left messages on his voicemail for like a year.
Well, again, for people who don't know the mystere of Bill Murray, right? And again, I'm probably wrong on some of this stuff, but apparently he has a line that you can call that you can only leave a message. It doesn't really ring him. And then some people magically get called back and some don't. Is that how it works?
Yes, it's not just folklore. He really was only reachable that way. And then I was in New York and I got a call from Mitch saying, I'm with Bill right now. We're at this restaurant. Come, he wants to meet you. And I was like, okay. And I dropped everything and ran over. And he was wearing a seersucker suit. I always remember that. And in my new movie, I'd make him wear a seersucker suit. But I had that moment. I don't know. Do you know in 16 Candles when Jake Ryan picks her up at the end and she like points to her dad, like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
I had that moment with my friend Mitch, like, I'm here next to Bill. Like, yeah. And then I said, do you think you would do my movie? And he said, I might be inclined to. That's all. That was the only kind of sort of commitment. I kept being like, well, calling, like, are you really going to do it? And I went to Tokyo and we were like spending money making a movie and just on the hope that he would show up. So it was nerve wracking.
By the way, I hate to bring it back, but it literally sounds like waiting for Marlon Brando to show up. And like, will he be here? And
I never thought about that, but I do credit. I feel like I got balls from my dad because he would just make things happen. He's like, you just got to start. You just have to do it. And a few years ago, I was like moping and complaining, like I'm waiting to get approval to get green light from the studio to get our financing for an actor. And he's like, green light? I never waited for a green light. You just start making your movie,
I do believe that is 100% true because everyone else is incentivized to not step on a landmine and you're incentivized to start working. So it's like sometimes you just got to start.
Yeah, there's that momentum that you just have to start and hopefully things will follow.
Now, I'm not going to ask you because you won't tell me and it's none of our business, I suppose. But I am curious if you know what Bill Murray says to Scarlett Johansson in her ear.
I love when people ask him, he says it's between lovers. It's between the two of them. I do, but okay.
I'm not asking for it. I just want to know if you know.
I always felt like you can't summarize that in a sentence and that for people they knew, you get the gist of kind of what it is. But I never thought that that would be a big thing.
It's a huge thing.
Well, I was going to say, it must be so interesting to create a scene that is one of these things. Like, what's in the fucking briefcase in Pulp Fiction?
That's so funny. But at the time, we were just like, I don't know. We'll figure out the line when we get there. And like nothing really. And we were thinking about the Italians, how they would just count numbers and then figure it out later,
Yeah.
when they would dub movies. So it's funny. I guess there's a lot of things that can happen out of accident.
There had to be some level of anxiety too, which is like, is that going to do it? Is that going to be satisfying to watch him whisper in her ear? That was an unknown, I'm sure. It's like you committed to it, which is great,
Yeah.
but it could have gone the other way, right?
Yeah, that's true. I know. It was just sort of one of those, let's just try that.
First of all, do you ever get checks from the Park Hyatt? Just like, hey man, thanks. Because I have it as a life goal to go there and have a lost in translation experience based solely on your movie. I just want to live in a few frames of your movie. So
I went there a few years ago with my kids and stuff, and it was exactly the same. They've kept it perfectly the same. But, we're fresh. They have all the wallpaper and storage, and they keep it updated. But it makes me so happy they kept it exactly the same. They never redid it. And they're so nice there. But they were nice to let us shoot there. But yeah, they have like tours and stuff. No, I don't get checks from them. But they take good care of me when I go. It was really fun to go back, and they spoiled us.
Okay, now there's one scene in the movie that I must talk to you about because I think it's the thing that comes up the most often in my life that I do. And I don't know how often people even understand what I'm doing, but there is something so pitch perfect about Bill Murray he slept with the woman from downstairs and he's kind of dealing with the aftermath.
Oh, the redhead.
Yes.
That was the real singer at the hotel.
I've heard that. But the fact that she was saying, Midnight at the Oasis. There's something so truthful about that moment. And I just am curious if there's anything you remember about how that little thing came to be.
That's so funny. I just thought it would be funny and he would be so busted and that feeling the next day. And I didn't want to embarrass the singer, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's not because she's unattractive. It's just like, oh, and now I've got this attachment to a stranger that has emotional implications that I don't want to deal with. So it's not even like it was cruel. It's just...
Yeah, and I thought the next day he'd be regretting it. Yeah. And then like on top of it, she's singing. I forgot about that scene. I haven't seen that in a while. I'm so glad you enjoyed that.
But that song, I don't know. There isn't a better selection than her singing Midnight at the Oasis. Time to put the camel to bed. If some woman was singing that, and I'm thinking like, how quickly can I get this person out of my life? And they're singing that song to me. There's just such a unique embarrassment and trauma. That it felt so real to me.
Oh, that's funny. I'm glad. She was a good sport about that.
That must have been fun for her. I remember they put the folks from the Dresden Room. I don't know if you ever went there in the 90s.
Yeah. Marty and Elaine.
Yes. They put them in swingers and then they became this thing people would go like observe. And I just always thought that was so interesting. And surely that gal, people probably went to see sing Midnight at the Oasis. I would. Okay. Maria Antoinette is also a movie I just thought was so spectacular in so many ways. In fact, on that trip I just talked about to Paris, I had never had a desire to go to Versailles. I'm not interested in that type of thing. But you shot there? Or at least some exteriors and stuff?
No, they let us shoot there. They let us shoot in the palace, and it was incredible. I don't think they had let anyone film there before, and they really gave us full access. It was so fun to be there with my cousin Jason and Kirsten, all of our crew. And I remember one day we were shooting in the real Hall of Mirrors, and they had let us keep our equipment in Marie Antoinette's real bedroom around the corner. So I walked through, and it's Marie Antoinette's bedroom with all our camera cases. Yeah, I was like, really? Yeah, so it was really surreal. And we shot did you ever see, we did a Cribs episode with Jason walking around the Hall of Mirrors. Do you remember that show Cribs?
Yes, I loved it, but I didn't see that episode.
We did one with Jason around Versailles. It was fun to be there. That shoot, it was kind of overwhelming because I wasn't used to having so many extras and it was so much work with all the costumes and everything, but it was really fun. And to be in the real places was pretty incredible.
Yeah, is that the biggest movie you've directed in its scope?
Yeah, definitely.
And what were the pluses and minuses of that, going to that scale?
I love the way it looks, and I'm proud of it. Now, seeing it after so much time, I watched it with my 13-year-old daughter, and the fact that she admitted that she liked it was a big moment for me in my career. But at the time, it was just exhausting and overwhelming because I'd never had such a long shoot and so many logistics. And after that, I was like, I don't want to make movies anymore. And my daughter was born and I kind of took a break.
Is it because the juggling of the logistics were so exhausting, or was it the pressure of having that much riding on you, or both?
I think it was just exhausting coordinating it all, that I was like, I just want to make another movie with two people in a hotel, like just focused on acting. And it was so much coordinating. And yeah, it was just a bigger scale, which I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it, but it was different than just like focusing on two people's performance.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours, but at some point you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from I've been working on this to here it is, come find me. All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi High Yield Checking and Savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi Checking and Savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi Checking and Savings is offered through SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow. Look, I have my dream job. I get to talk to folks I admire like crazy and ask them virtually any question that I want to. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. But even dream jobs have some not so dreamy parts, the stuff that gets in the way of the actual work. Now, that's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what you should do about your busy work. They actually do it, start to finish. Cases closed, requests handled, no extra work for you. So you and your team can focus on what matters most, which for me is, are they obsessed with male bodies on the same level as I am?
They never are.
To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com.
Now, I once did a movie set in a prison, and even though I got to leave at night, it was 10 and 12 hours a day in a jail cell.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't spread my arms all the way, right? So just this notion that I could be touching two walls had this like cumulative impact on both the other actor and I. I'm not complaining at all. I'm only saying that these fake environments can kind of inhabit you in bizarre ways that you're maybe not intending. And I wonder if in the fun way, did that environment, Versailles, seep into you? Were you able to feel like you were experiencing it in the period at all?
It was incredible. The people that worked there had the same experience when you walk into one of the banquet halls and seeing it all set up with food and people living in it. It almost felt like ghosts or something. So it did feel like you were somehow in communication with the history there. And to see it kind of reenacted was really striking when you were there in person.
Do you ever wish you would have taken like a ton of mushrooms and just wandered into your set so that you could actually believe you were there?
It was real. That's a good idea.
Yes, I mean, it might fuck up your day of work, but...
Yeah, that would be terrifying if anyone asked me what to do out of it. But it's a good idea.
Yeah, do you want to shoot the wide or the close-up first? Blue. Let's go with blue.
Oh my God. But it might be fun to wander around Versailles altered.
You just gave me an idea, which is, I have to imagine you have director friends. You guys should be stopping by each other's sets on mushrooms. Okay, of course, you can't do it while you're directing because you'd fuck it all up. But
good idea.
Whoever's friends with Benioff, like, go to Game of Thrones, put on the fucking mask, be boomered out of your mind, and be in Game of Thrones for a couple hours.
That's a good idea.
It is, and if you have access to it, it would be a shame not to.
Yeah, Wes Anderson world.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, that
That'd be
would
amazing.
be maybe the best because the details you'd spin out on and the symmetry.
I want like a squirrel costume.
I just got another idea. I think we could almost finance movies if we had a couple of period piecey things and you did sell for a lot of money. Let's say $200,000. I think you could get tech billionaires to come live in Versailles for the day on shrooms and be in your background. And you could maybe finance a whole movie like this.
Oh my God, you're full of
Yeah,
ideas.
that's a great idea.
Thank you so much, you guys.
It's like virtual reality to a new level.
Okay, Kirsten. Clearly, you guys worked well together, yeah? Unless you've had a public falling out, I don't know about, which is
No,
possible.
I love Kirsten. She's like my sister, like a little sister to me.
What is the thing for you two that makes you so simpatico? You know?
No, I think it's just like how you click with certain people and certain directors have their muses. And I just feel like she understands. I don't have to explain it to her. She gets what I'm trying to convey. And she just gets it. She has the same sense of humor and taste. And she just knows what I'm looking for. There's something about her that I am drawn to because she seems kind of effervescent and extroverted in a way that I'm not. But then she has this depth behind her eyes that you don't expect from a kind of sparkly blonde. And there's just something about her that I love that she can express for me.
I have to imagine you watched her in Fargo.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing. I need to watch the rest of it. But I just saw the first few of her and Jesse. And I know I need to watch the rest of it.
I've always thought she was really good, but I got to say in Fargo, I had that moment. And this is a weird thing to say because she's had plenty of success. So it's not that I'm saying she isn't wildly successful. It's just sometimes you see people and you're like, oh, well, they're Meryl Streep. Does everyone not agreeing on this? Like, or is there not consensus? Like, this person is shockingly talented.
I'm so impressed by her, but I should watch that. I need a new thing to watch. So thanks for reminding me.
What do you watch? What TV are you into?
I'm watching The Vow right now.
Oh, us too.
Yeah, I'm hooked on that. But I don't watch a ton of TV. But then it's really fun when you get hooked into something like that. I really was into watching Killing Eve, the first season of it.
Did you watch Fleabag?
Yes, I loved that.
I'm going to guess you haven't watched this, but if you liked Fleabag, I may destroy you. Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah, I watched the first few. And I thought it was so well done, but it was too dark for me. Like, I don't really want to live in that world.
Yeah,
I need a little escapism.
That's
and beauty.
fair.
I miss, like, the kind of glamorous era of, like, miniseries from the 80s when I grew up. TV's got a little too gritty for me. I want some glamorous escapism.
You want Heart to Heart?
I love Heart to Heart.
Yeah, me too. There were so many shows back then. It was just about like a cute couple doing some stuff. It could be anything really.
A little glamour.
Okay, now when it's time to make your newest movie, On the Rocks, do you assume like, oh, I'll be able to get Bill again, or are you just as nervous as you were the last time?
I didn't want to work with him again because I feel like we had something special and people really loved him in that movie, so I could never recreate it. So I never wanted to work with him again. And now after all this time, I thought, I love working with him and we're at different phases in our life. hopefully we do something else. It's not going to be that, but hopefully people will be open to that. But so that part was scary to me, but I thought I'm not going to not get to work with him, one more time.
There's something really interesting there because generally when two people have massive success together, the first thought is like, well, let's do that again. That
Keep it
recipe
going.
works. Yeah. So I'm curious, you were just fearful that it would fall short of this thing that you captured, or?
Yeah, I didn't have something particular in mind to do with him, but I also kind of put it off because I thought we'll never be able to top that, or it'll always feel like, oh, it's not lost in translation. And then now, after all this time, I thought, I've never seen him as a dad. And, we're both at different phases of our life and he's older. And my brother and I did a Christmas special with him and he had a scene with Rashida. Bill and Rashida were together. And I thought, oh, they're so cute together. They have a nice chemistry. And I loved the idea of like a father-daughter buddy movie. And I thought, I'm just going to get over my fear. And he's so great to work with. And I knew that he could make the character lovable, who could have been very unlikable. And, I know he would bring his heart to it and help me out.
Yeah. And what is On the Rocks about? Do you hate telling the premises of your movies?
No, but I'm not. I don't feel like I'm good at it. I feel like I should have it down in a nutshell by now, but I'm going to meander, but hopefully. A friend of mine had a story. She suspected her husband was having a thing with one of his coworkers, and she had like a playboy father who insisted that they like spy on the guy, and she was really like hiding in the bushes, spying on her husband. And I was like, oh my God, that would be a fun premise for a buddy movie with a father and daughter. And I love the Thin Man movies. Did you ever see the Thin Man?
No.
In the 40s? It was, the Thin Man, there was a detective couple and they would just drink martinis and solve mysteries. And it was a whole series that I loved. So that was kind of the idea, is I wanted the two of them to be drinking martinis and discussing relationships while they're spying on her husband.
Okay, so dad's helping daughter spy on daughter's husband.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I remember growing up with my dad and his buddies, like telling me like it is about what men are really thinking and, like how it, and then about like relationships. I just thought it was such a funny kind of different generation discussing men and women and relationships and sort of about how your parents affect the way you pick a partner or how you look at them through their point of view.
Or also what comfort level you have kind of boundaries wise, if that's the right way to say it. It's like,
yeah,
but if you had kind of progressive parents, then the blueprint is a little more flexible or unconventional. And then maybe you
go the other way.
Well, you could go the other way. I see people go the other way. Or in my world, my mom and dad were best friends, even though they were divorced. And my mom was best friends with all of her exes. And there were exes all around at so I just grew up that way. And I'm friends with all my exes. And when I met Kristen, she was like, I do not understand this. I've never met anyone that's like super close with all their exes. And that is
unusual.
Weird. And her mom doesn't hang with her exes. So I'm like, oh, well, we both just inherited this,
Yeah, yeah.
I have to imagine it's all pretty predictable, but it is tempting to feel like you and I, the age we are, that the way our dads talked, to your point, and the way men are now, or at least should be, and we're aiming to be, that feels like a huge chasm. I feel like it's a bigger one than has existed previously.
I think so too. It feels like a huge difference between the generations. So just having them discuss these things from such a different aspect. And that he's seeing it from his point of view, which is totally specific to him, and getting her kind of wrapped up in this idea that he has, that he's like him,
Yeah, and I think for me, sometimes I get caught between like movements I support and yet this real weird tolerance for bad stuff. Simply because, again, everyone I loved growing up, if they spoke the way they did in the late 70s, early 80s, you would hate them. But I have all these memories of when that was totally fine, and I see the joy and playfulness behind it. I'll be sometimes talking with someone like maybe 15 years younger than me that maybe didn't experience that in the 90s growing up, and I can feel there's this dissonance about how I'm comfortable with flawed shit and bad points of view, and they don't seem to be, and I that's my only explanation for it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like we are in between the two, so I see that it's not mean-spirited and where it's coming from. So it's kind of like this old world playboy and the kind of clashing with the modern relationship. There's sort of an identity crisis I experience in most women. Like when you have kids, you kind of lose yourself for a second and you have to kind of reconnect with who you are.
Yeah.
So he comes in right when she's feeling a little lost. She's more vulnerable and gets carried away on his adventure, or she wouldn't have if she had been more solid. And then hopefully by the end, she kind of reconnects with who she is.
Now, you've specialized in really being able to capture the voice of young women repeatedly. And I wonder, as you age, Like Bill Murray's a perfect example. If I line up all my comedy heroes of the 80s, the shelf life is not great. He seems to be the single one that I loved in the 80s that is still completely relevant, and I'm still shocked by what he says or interested. So he's done the impossible, but I wonder, as a director, has it gotten harder? Is it just the same, or do you even think about that?
Working on this, I'm writing, having little kids, and at this moment in my life, and I was like, it's so boring. Who wants to hear about like middle-aged life? And like, I'm not in a crisis point. My husband and I talk about like, if you're in a good moment in your life, like, what do you have to make stuff about? If you're not struggling or in a crisis, it's like boring. But then at the same time, I want to make work that's personal, that I can try to connect with what I see around me and what I'm experiencing. So it's super uncool, but I'm just going to write about what I'm struggling with right now. And I hope that other people and other women can relate to that, because I haven't seen that so much in a film. I think it's fun to think about men and women and relationships in this context of this man of that generation and daughter that's not full of anger. There's love there too. And Rashida and I talked about that too, because her father's from another generation and says things, and she has to say like, Dad, that you can't do that. You can't say that, you know?
Yeah.
So I just thought it was a unique moment where this generation, there's such a big divide, and with so much understandable anger between women and men of that generation, to do something with playfulness and love at the differences.
I think so much of life is like being able to hear people in a way that it gets through. And sometimes the relationship is so pertinent to whether or not you can even hear somebody. Like, I don't know what your experience is, but I've been with my wife for 13 years, and it's like, I'm ashamed to admit sometimes I have to stare at her and go, she's a human who has needs too. She's not the co-pilot of this fucking plane crash we're on with these two kids. Like, you know, it's so easy to see them as this like other person facilitating these people's needs. And I got to really look at her and go like, she is a girl who wants things, and this, you know, like I'm a little boy who still wants this and that. And my mom can say things to me that say my wife has said to me, but coming from my mom, I'm like, oh, I can hear that for some reason.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you want me to go out on the press tour and I can talk about the movie? It seems like I got a pretty good handle on it.
Yeah.
What's going on with the release? I feel anyone who's in your situation, I just feel dreadful for it, having known the commitment of filming a movie. It's just years of your life.
Thanks. I feel so lucky that we finished our sound mix like a week before the world shut down. So I feel for people that were filming and got their projects interrupted, like how hard that would be. We finished, and then we could all go home and hunker down and feel like we finished our work. And we got to shoot in New York City, which it feels like a period movie now. Like, we didn't realize how lucky we were just to be able to be walking around New York and these restaurants. So I hope when people see it, I hope it's fun to get to see like being in a restaurant with Bill Murray and these kind of normal things that we can't have right now.
Yeah.
So A24, the studio is putting it out, who I love what they do. And they're going to try to do a theatrical release, but I'm like, really? Is that possible?
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that we partner with Apple, because then people will get to see it at home. And I feel like it won't get, I hope, not lost in the shuffle. And I hope people are ready for something new to watch, because we're all home watching things.
Yeah. And ego-wise, is that fine with you if it turns out everyone just watched it at home?
Yeah, I feel like this isn't a big epic movie. It's sort of cozy family movie. So I'm happy people see it at home on their couch. I always love seeing things in the theater, because there is that experience of the community of people feeling it together. You really feel that when you're in a room together. And I don't want that to be lost, especially in this situation. I feel glad that people will get to see it. I feel okay about that.
Now, if we look at over the last 12 years of how the film business has changed, I would argue that you're in the bullseye of people that got hit hardest. There's no real appetite to make a 40 and under movie that's a drama or a dramedy or relationship driven. It seems like you would fall into the category that has gotten hurt the most. Was it more challenging than it's ever been to put the movie together?
A couple of years ago, I was talking to my friend, like Tamara Jenkins, who's another independent film director. And it was just sort of like our whole world kind of fell apart for a moment. And yeah, you could only have superhero movies or little tiny movies. And it was a little bit of a moment of worry. And then because of streaming, we have these companies that will finance movies. So I feel like now there's another kind of second life for movies that are not huge formula movies.
Yeah. And so you're optimistic.
Yeah, I feel like with Netflix and Apple and these companies, we're able to get our kind of movies financed.
Yeah.
I just hope that they'll still get to be seen in the theater. But yeah, I feel like it was almost extinct, and then they kind of brought life back to movies that weren't a little atypical or something.
Well, that's good to hear, because I was going to say, it almost seems like you would have been forced to, and I want you to, and I can already tell you're not going to do it. But how about doing a 10-part something? Would you consider that?
Actually, I'm adapting this Edith Wharton book that I love. My favorite book of hers, Custom of the Country, which was written for a magazine serial in 5 parts.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I'm adapting that to be 5 parts.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's like a period and Gilded Age, 1900s in New York and Europe, and
Yeah.
I'm in the mood to have beautiful costumes and do something in that era. So I'm excited to try that.
I'm obsessed with biographies of that era, particularly all
really?
the tycoons and the patrician class. Yes, I've read like the Rockefeller one a bunch
yeah.
of times, Vanderbilt.
Oh, wow. I'm more focused on how they partied and stuff. It was so
Well, I'm
decadent.
fascinated by that too. I just think, there was like opulence for almost the first time, where blue collar people were becoming opulent, not like a chosen aristocracy. It was like people were making themselves into aristocrats, which I think is very fascinating and fertile.
Yeah. She writes it's kind of a satire of society and the new money and the old guard and all of that. So it's really fun to read about.
Yeah, and people thinking so-and-so's crude, like, like Cornelius Vanderbilt. He's crude and he fights men in the street and he doesn't deserve to be here. And I love that kind of class struggle thing always.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so you will do a series we can watch, which
Yes.
you've committed to it, and I'm glad.
Oh, no, I wouldn't know how to do an ongoing one, but I like that this, has a beginning and an end. I like watching ongoing series, but I wouldn't know how to do it. But maybe someday.
Well, Sophia, I'm just such a huge fan of yours, and I cannot wait to see this.
Thank
and
you.
when will we be able to see it?
It's coming out October 23rd on Apple. I think a few weeks before it, theatrically, possibly, it's supposed to. I'm not sure what that will entail, but yeah, so soon.
Do you want to ask about not ruining your children?
I do. Thank you.
What?
Thank you. I almost left without any selfishness. So I have 2 daughters, and I don't know what it's like to grow up with famous parents. Mine were not. Trying to be very mindful of it. I'm doing the best I can. But occasionally I interview people that had very famous parents, and I love asking them, like, what's a tip I should avoid?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I don't have a good answer for you.
That's fair. That's fair.
What to avoid?
I would love it if you said, don't beat them.
That's a good tip.
I wonder how, you could answer that. Like, your dad's incredibly recognizable to me, but I'm very into movies. Like, was it when you would move through the world, did people know, oh, that's Francis Ford Coppola? Or was there some anonymity?
My parents moved to the country in Napa Valley when I was a little kid because my dad wanted to get out of LA and my parents didn't want to raise us in that. So I grew up in a small town where I knew everyone and, we were a little bit different, but I graduated with the kids I went to first grade with and I still see them. And so I felt like my mom always we would travel all over, but we always came back to Napa and had a home base and had some normalcy. And she was very protective of us. So I definitely was suspicious of people because I would see people gravitate towards my dad that I knew they wanted something. So I think you grew up, I think it makes you suspicious, but hopefully in a good way,
Yeah. Well, it's a testament to what that place meant to you that you're currently sitting there talking to me. I mean, that really says it all. I think my next move is to move out of LA, it sounds like. I think that was the tip.
No, they'll be fine.
All right. So fun to talk to you.
Thank you. It was really fun talking to you guys, and thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck with the movie. Cannot wait to see it.
Thank you.
All
Hope
right.
you like it.
Bye.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Triple shot half calf oat milk 2 pumps extra foam. Your coffee order might be getting a little complicated. Your toothpaste doesn't have to be. Arm & Hammer baking soda toothpaste keeps it simple with a powerful ingredient that works hard for you. Baking soda. That's why it's the #1 dentist recommended baking soda toothpaste. As you brush, the baking soda particles dissolve to help break down plaque and stains for a whiter smile. So your teeth can feel clean, look bright, and make brushing a no-brainer. Try Arm & Hammer toothpaste. Simple, powerful, clean. Living your best life means being extra where it counts and skipping the extra where you don't need it. Like in your cleaning products. That's where 7th Generation comes in. Their bio-based cleaning power delivers a powerful clean with nothing extra in the bottle. Need a dish soap that cuts through the tough grease? A detergent that tackles the worst stains and odors? 7th Generation handles it all without any dyes or artificial fragrances. Real clean doesn't have to come with a long list of add-ons. Upgrade to a powerful clean without anything extra. Look for 7th generation dish soap and laundry detergent wherever you shop for your cleaning products.
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman.
Welcome to the fact check.
You finally did a character.
You.
Yeah. We do it one more time. That was really good.
No.
Okay.
Oh
I
my
won't
God.
push.
Just
I won't
take
push.
what you can.
Okay, you're
what
right.
You get.
Well, that's me. I want more.
I know. We hit this in the intro, but we should hit it again.
Okay.
We're really grateful to all the armchairies and people who've reached out
Big time.
in support.
Yeah. The exact opposite of what I was scared of.
But do you want to talk about what you feel a little bit still now scared of? Since that's what we do.
Oh man, I don't, because I would hate for anyone to interpret that I'm not super grateful for the love.
No.
I'm so grateful for the love, but it is ironic that even in a podcast that we declare we want to celebrate failures and learn from them, I still had this feeling yesterday that I was getting, because a lot of people in my life reached out to me, which was so lovely. I mean, my cousin Kelly, which I haven't heard from in a while, a bunch of people, just incredibly nice. And I did have this kind of weird, just childhood emotional reaction, which was like, I'm being recognized for having failed and for having been weak. And I think it just circles back to like not feeling worthy of love and kindness, maybe. I don't know. But it wasn't just like super easy for me to navigate. Also, as we were just talking about, we had so much control over everything for a minute. Like we got to choose how we recorded it and how we wanted to address it. And then we like got to control what day it came out and what it was called.
Yep.
And that was the last bit of control we had. Then there was like news stories and blah, 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 which again, it's not that we didn't know that was going to happen. It just went from feeling like we had control.
Buttoned up a little bit. And then all the buttons came off.
Right. And then we just didn't have control. So my obsession with control,
of course,
plus my feeling like I was weak and people knew, and so loved and so grateful.
Yeah.
Way more. Like if it was a pie, it was 60% gratitude and 40% feeling like I didn't deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah. But what people are recognizing is not that you relapsed. You know, they're not praising you for that. They're not praising you for the thing you did wrong. They're not praising you for the weakness. They're praising you for the strength that you talked about it so publicly and honestly. And
yeah, and I know that intellectually.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just
hard to feel.
Yes, you know, you and I say it to you all the time. It's like everyone on the comments like, Monica's so beautiful. And I tell you, and you have a reason why it's not real every time. So it's like there's this emotional disconnect from our that for me, there's an emotional disconnect from my intellect a lot.
Well, I hope they come together so that you can feel it.
Yeah, you too.
What else was I going to say? Bill Gates sent us some Diet Cokes.
That's, yes. You just revealed this to me 15 minutes ago when we were reeling from it. He sent the Da Vinci book he talked about.
Yep.
3 copies for Wobby Wob.
That's right.
Wanaka and Wee. And then, is that a 8 or 12 pack? It's the tall, they look like bottles, but they're aluminum.
Yes.
They're thrilling Diet Coke box.
And one for Rob, myself, and
Looks
Dad.
rare, doesn't it?
It does.
It looks exclusive.
I
Like
don't want to open it. I'm scared to open it. What if there's $1 billion in each of these boxes?
What if the bottles are made of gold?
Oh, so lovely.
Oh, man. Yeah, Bridget, thank you so much. Thank you for making that happen. And then thank you for the card and the feedback. So, Bridget, you're our hero. I want to, and in the end of the night, he's got to be strong and he's got to be I need a hero.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, from Footloose. Sorry.
Ooh, you know I don't like Footloose.
I know you really. Yeah, you didn't.
I have an
respond to it.
aversion.
Why was it again?
I just really don't like that song. The main song.
Okay.
I've actually never seen the movie, to be fair.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I'm never seeing it because I don't.
You hate
appreciate
the
song.
"Man, I got a foot
Yes,
loose,
please stop.
a bad
I
news.
don't enjoy it.
Pick up your Sunday shoes.
Ugh. I just really,
That's
there's something
Loggins,
about
though.
the tune I despise.
But you love Loggins.
I wouldn't say I love.
Oh, man.
Well, I shouldn't say I don't love.
Oh, there's so many great Loggins tunes.
Okay, let's not go through them.
All right. Do you feel like you have a new leverage over me? Like, I think you're really bossing me around today, and you deserve to. Do you feel like
No, I always boss you around.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, Sofia.
Sofia Coppola.
She's such a brilliant filmmaker.
She really is.
If people haven't, I mean, I'm sure they have because she has so many noteworthy films. But if you haven't seen them, please watch. They all have a very specific fingerprint.
I'm gonna suggest the fingerprint is so recently Bob wrote some songs for us for some new shows that are coming out.
Yes.
And we were listening to all these different songs. There was probably 8 in total. At the end of it, we both were like, oh, you know, the unifying thing of all Bob Mervak's music is that motherfucker just has so much soul. He can't not have
Exactly.
soul.
Yes.
And I would argue that Sophia's thing is like every frame has emotion in it. It's just a very emotional experience.
true.
There's something about the way it's lit and shot and
It's just
intimate.
beautiful. Like
Yeah.
everything she makes is really gorgeous. I'm not surprised that she was into photography.
And fashion.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, it's all very stylized, but not
Yes.
in a sometimes things are stylized and it gets in the way of everything.
it feels forced or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This does
or that
never
it was
does.
prioritized over the stories. And there's none of that imbalance. It's just
Yeah.
all there and there's story.
Yeah, which makes me so excited to see her new movie because I
Me
wonder
too.
how that's going to get incorporated with this like daddy-daughter buddy film.
Also, like her and Bill Murray just have some undeniable chemistry.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun.
That's probably would you say it's your favorite Bill Murray movie?
Lost in Translation?
Yeah.
What are other ones?
Well, Rushmore for me is
Oh, I
he is
love-
so brilliant.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
It is.
That's probably my fave.
Makes sense she brought him up, that they're bros.
Oh, wait. He's also in Tenenbaums, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love Tenenbaums.
He's also in Zizzo.
He's in all the West
yes,
movies. Yeah.
yes.
And it's all ding, ding, ding connected because Sophia's cousin is Jason Schwartzman.
Schwartzman.
They work together a lot. And Jason Schwartzman is in all the West movies.
I want her to make a movie with my hero, Nick Cage, who's also her cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I want him to have the Travolta resurgence of Pulp Fiction.
That'd be great. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding,
Pulp
ding, ding.
Fiction. Okay, because you talked about Pulp Fiction being the briefcase scene is similar to the whispering scene in Lost in Translation. So then I looked up what are some other unanswered questions in movies?
Oh.
Okay. I don't know a lot of these, but you might. So one is Blade Runner.
Don't know well enough.
Okay. It's saying, is Deckard a replicant?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know enough.
No.
Inception. Is Leo still dreaming?
Yes, yes. Well, that was all. It came down to whether that top was going to drop or not. At the end.
Exactly.
Woo!
I could rewatch that.
Me too.
Let's do it.
I could rewatch anything with Leo.
Oh my God.
Oh, what a sex machine.
All I can think about is his dinosaur bones now.
I know his T-Rex skull.
Yeah. I really want to see it.
I want
I really
him to
want
make.
him to move in.
I want you to be bent over the T-Rex skull while he makes love to you. Can you
Okay,
imagine
that's
a more?
enough.
Wait, is it?
Well, I don't think people are going to like that.
Oh, why? Because of the paleontology of it all, or just you
Yeah, 'cause
being
it's
bent over?
disrespectful to the T-Rex.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I had crossed the line with you about you and
No.
Leo.
No, he's in my age range, under 65.
Well, he's a little young for you, but yes.
Yeah. And he's going to move in and bring his T-Rex, and we're going to find a way to incorporate that into my new house.
Well, but just imagine that the lovemaking somehow takes place on the T-Rex, and
Okay.
you're like holding on to the incisors of the T-Rex
Okay.
for stability.
I'm going to be nervous.
Can you imagine anything though more primal than holding a
That-
T-Rex's incisors while coitus is happening?
That's a lot.
I think I would make love to him if I could hold on to the incisors. Maybe you guys will do it in the mouth of the T-Rex.
How
like maybe
big
he has.
is the mouth?
I bet it's big enough to put like a twin bed on the tongue.
Whoa.
Where the tongue would be.
Oh my
and
God.
you guys could be in like a T-Rex cave. Oh my God.
I'm not saying no
I
to
hope
that.
Leo's listening because if he hasn't thought of this idea, he's missing out on a great opportunity.
But dibs, Leo, it only gets to be with me.
That's
and in my
true.
house with your T-Rex.
Talk about a novel experience.
Oh, yeah.
It's a double whammy. Very few people have been able to make love to Leo. Plus, I would argue no one's made love in the mouth of a T-Rex.
Yeah.
God, we're so good at coming up with these. Should we write for softcore pornography production companies?
Potentially. First thing will be the butt
Snake.
butt snake. Yeah.
You know, bottom snake.
Oh, yeah. Okay, number 4, The Thing. Never seen it.
Yeah, me neither.
The big question is, who is the thing?
Mm.
I wish I could weigh in. Demolition Man. But the big question is, how do the 3 seashells work?
That means nothing to me.
Okay, great. So Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, Lost in Translation. And then, okay, this one is the only one I sort of knew. The Breakfast Club. What's the punchline to John Bender's joke?
Oh.
His joke is a naked blonde walks into a bar with a poodle under one arm and a 2-foot salami under the other. He lays the poodle on the table. Bartender says, I suppose you won't be needing a drink. Naked lady says, and then we don't know the answer.
Oh.
But when I did research, it said he was just making that up. So there is no answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's unsatisfying.
Agreed.
I wonder if Tarantino knows what's in the briefcase.
He must, right?
It was glowing. It was breathtaking.
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is? It felt something like biblical, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they open the Ark of the Covenant and the commandments are inside and it blasts everybody.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, me too.
I hate not knowing.
It's also nice to have some things unanswered.
No.
Okay.
It reminds me of like being young and having people telling secrets and me not knowing. I think that's what it triggers, like feeling on the outside.
Okay. Yeah, I like having some mystery
All right.
left.
Good for you.
That's why I haven't finished the Bukowski books or season 5 of Friday Night Lights. Like anything could happen in season 5.
And
I don't know.
Stuff does happen. I won't tell you.
Coach T, he could levitate during a game or something, and we find out.
How'd you know?
Oh my God, that's what happened.
Oh my God, you just guessed it. Okay, so she said that once they landed a helicopter in the parking lot of Disneyland.
Oh my God, that's so
and
great.
then they were told it's illegal. So I looked into it. A couple things are interesting. One is Disney World and Disneyland are no-fly zones.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I wonder how they got that distinction.
It says it doesn't apply to all planes. You'll see commercial airliners flying over, but they're way above 3,000 feet. You may even see skywriting from advertisers who found a loophole. They'll get a plane that writes messages in the sky that you can still see while you're at Disney, but they're not directly above Disney. They're far away enough to be obeying the law, but close enough that you can read what they're writing in the sky.
Okay, so ding, ding, ding. My childhood, I grew up just a mile and a half from the General Motors Proving Grounds, which is this, miles and miles, square miles of development tracks and all this stuff. So they have a no-fly zone above them so that spy photographers can't rip off their thing. And what would regularly happen is I also lived in an area where hot air balloons were common.
Yeah.
In fact, one landed in my yard. Well, actually 2 lots over, but there was no house there yet. And they were trying to bring it down. And as like a 13-year-old, I was involved and I got to hang off the side of the basket. And we just kind of glided across the ground, like 2 or 3 feet off the ground until it set down. It was one of the most
That's cool.
wonderful physical experiences of my life. But anyways, those hot air balloons accidentally land at the proving grounds. And then the security has to come, make sure they don't have cameras.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Corporate espionage. Maybe we should write some of that too. When we're not writing our pornography.
Okay, so Disney has actually shown interest in getting exemption from the law recently because drones in 2019, Universal Studios created a massively impressive spectacle using drones.
Oh, I think I've seen video of this.
It's in the Harry Potter world. They created a luminous Patronus spell. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm fiending for a trip down to Disney World and I guess now Universal to see the drone display because Eric is obsessed with the Avatar ride at Disney
Oh,
World. Says the
yeah.
greatest experience of his life.
Is
And,
it at World? It's at World?
It's at World. It's in Orlando.
Man, I used to go every year with my family for spring break. We'd go
Mhm.
for a week. That was where my family's vacation destination was. That's the only place we went.
Yeah.
And good for my parents. I'm
Oh, what a
so
beating.
impressed. Every day.
At during spring break.
Yes, and they would cart me around in a stroller, even when I was way too big for it.
Oh, God, that sounds so on
On
brand for
brand.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your sedan chair.
I'm so, in retrospect, impressed and grateful.
Nirmala, Ashok,
Thank you.
killed it.
But now I haven't been in many years. We went when Harry Potter first opened.
Okay.
And then I haven't been since. And so I have not seen Avatar.
Well, we're going to have to do a live show in Orlando and then spend 2 days going to all
At
the shit.
parks? Oh my God, that'd be amazing. I'd love
Oh, wow. Should we interview Walt Disney's corpse?
that. His ghost?
Is it a urban legend that he's cryogenically frozen, or is that true?
I don't think it's true, and I don't think it's a legend. I don't think it's either.
No, it's definitely an urban
It
legend. Yeah,
is?
let me just
I've never
let me
heard it.
googie. Let me googie. Is Walt Disney really cryogenically frozen? Question mark. Rumor has it that the animation legend was frozen after death so he could be reanimated in the future. Oh, the rumor is that he's suspended in a frozen state and buried deep beneath the Pirates of the Caribbean
Whoa.
in Anaheim, awaiting the
Ooh.
day when medical technology would be advanced enough to reanimate the animator. I think they're overusing the word reanimate. Just bring back to life, right?
Well, but they're doing a play on words.
Mm-hmm. Disney's daughter has denied that he's cryogenically frozen.
I'm going to guess he's not.
I'm going to guess he's not too. But
But
there
it's fun to
are-
believe.
But Lenin is Vladimir Lenin.
I thought you meant Lennon Parham.
Oh,
Our
no, she's still
friend.
with us.
Yeah, thank God.
She's another sweet person I talked to yesterday. But yeah, you can go view him in the Kremlin or surrounding area.
Really?
hmm I want to say Stalin is also, but I'm
What?
not positive about that one.
Oh
But
my
I am positive
God.
about Lenin.
All right. Okay, but back to Disney.
Oh, sorry.
So they used to allow it, but then there were 2 crashes.
Drone crashes?
No, I'm so sorry. They used to allow helicopter.
Okay.
And what they would do is they'd pick people up from LAX by helicopter and bring them to Disney and then take them back. And there were 2 crashes and everyone died.
Okay.
So they stopped allowing that.
Yeah. What's their tagline? The most something on the something?
Magical place on earth.
The most magical place on earth.
It's the most magical place on earth. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me look. The happiest place on earth.
The happiest place on earth.
And the Magic Kingdom is the most magical place on earth.
Right. So a helicopter crash is very incongruous with the happiest place on earth.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Does Mariah Carey sing a song about happy?
I don't know. I know Pharrell does.
He does, but he's not a ding, ding, ding right now.
Okay.
I was just she talked about Cribs because
Oh, that's the most spectacular episode of Cribs.
Mariah Carey.
Yep.
Yes.
She got in the bath at one point.
Yeah, she got in the bath, gold doors. She has a walk-in closet dedicated to lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
A bathroom so serene that Carrie has to change outfits before using it. A kitchen with a chaise lounge. And a mermaid room.
Mm-hmm. I got a bad hunch that even after you create this perfect environment, you're like, I feel the same.
Are you going to feel that way when you have the miniature Rocky Mountain and the floaties?
I'll tell you why I don't think so.
What's that called? Lazy River.
A lazy river with a perfect model of the Rocky Mountains alongside of it. I don't think so because what'll happen is it'll be way more about other people experiencing it. Whereas her like bath and all that stuff, that's just for her to experience and it's just lonely.
You're
But my
right.
thing's going to be like, people are going to be like, what the fuck? Oh, shit, there's a basin. Oh, that's
It's a community
I
experience.
can't even think of any of them. What are these famous
You
ski
act like
places?
you care so much
I
about the
know,
Rocky
I know.
Mountain.
I can't think of one ski place right now.
Okay, so I looked up the top Cribs episodes. Okay, so obviously Mariah. Richard Branson, he showed people around his private island, and it's the most expensive property ever featured
I
on
want to say
Cribs.
Mariah was there.
Really?
Dingle, ding, ding.
She is.
Uh-huh. I saw it and I remember that. She just happens to be vacationing
Wait,
there.
it says complete with rock pool, jukebox, dance floor, coral shower, rooftop bathtub, and Mariah Carey just sort of lounging around ambiently.
Yep.
Wow, ding, ding, ding. Okay, so that's the most expensive property ever on Cribs.
Our friend Michael Rosenbaum had a brilliant one.
He did?
Yep. He like hid people in the bedroom. So like when he was showing the bedroom, people got out of the bed all of a sudden. He did a bunch of
pranks?
really funny ones. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons had a kiss room where he collects memorabilia from his band, books, masks, figurines, magazines, slippers, toilet seats, and women's underwear, emblazoned with his face and the phrase "lick it up."
Oh, wow.
Right. 50 Cent, our old friend 50 Cent.
I want to see that one because I didn't know until we interviewed him that he owned Tyson's old place.
Yeah, he called his house an East Coast Playboy mansion. 19 bedrooms. This must have been the one.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tyson's house. Oh, yep. 19 bedrooms and 19 bathrooms. Connecticut home was a tasteful oasis of chandeliers and high sheen marble. He bought the chairs from Mike Tyson. He filled his fridge with vitamin water. Very on brand, obviously.
And synergistic because he was a spokesperson.
That's right.
Yep.
He has a framed picture of himself standing next to Jessica Alba.
Great.
And he has a strip club room.
Mm.
Chris Angel. I would love to go to Chris Angel's
I saw
house.
that one. It was in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And he had like a lap pool inside the room.
Giant train set that snaked around a miniature fairground. That's kind of what you want.
It is. Should I start hanging out with Chris Angel?
Yes. So he had a drawer full of sweats, teddy bears dangling from lamps, and constantly observed CCTV linked to his place of business. Never trust magicians.
Yeah, it's a good rule to follow.
I trust him. I love him. Okay, last one. Ja Rule. It's perhaps the greatest Cribs of all, in which the rapper showed the crew around a house that wasn't actually his, and the owners sued him for filming there without permission. The whole episode is a prequel to the Fire Festival because he was involved in that.
Oh, that's great. The Hulk Hogan one was really good too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I think it's what led up to him having a reality show.
Oh,
Also, if you famously remember, The Osbournes was a Cribs episode that turned into their
Oh,
show.
wow.
I think I'm right about that.
Cool.
Yeah. Kill.
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 I loved at that age, especially like getting a peek behind the curtains,
Me
seeing people's
too.
houses and seeing what their lives were like.
It combined two of my loves. So when I was a kid, I loved lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Well, in essence, because you're seeing rich and famous people.
And their lifestyle.
Yeah, but it was like people like Ed McMahon. I was a kid and I didn't have a great interest in Ed
Sure.
McMahon, but Ed McMahon had built an exact replica of their enormous house in the backyard for his daughter.
Okay, so it sounds like you've gotten your idea from a few other places, like Cribs.
There's no
and-
original ideas.
You're
Let's just be
right.
honest
You're
about
right.
that. Yeah. At best, you're just putting together two people's others' ideas and creating your own ideas.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for Sophia.
Love you.
I
love
love
you, Sophia.
you.
Can't wait to watch your movie.
Oh, I can't wait.
Bye.